Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make a Discord bot dashboard. This is a little bit of a break from my normal videos, so I apologize for that, but I saw that a lot of people had this question and I decided to cover it. So first things first, we're going to go over the basics. I'm going to go ahead and make myself a new application for testing this right now. So let's go over to our developer portal and make a brand new application thingy. Yeah. So here we go. We have our thingy here. This is going to be our main OAuth application for today. This can be a bot. You can attach this onto whatever bot account you want. So yeah. Your requirements for today are going to be you're going to need a web server, meaning it's going to have to be public. I'm not going to go over on how to explain that or how to do that. I'm going to be doing this over localhost, so if you know how to make this yourself, then you'll be fine. If you don't understand that, then you are not quite ready to make yourself a dashboard. So you're going to need a web server, and you're also going to need a database, which you should already have set up if you are going to need a dashboard in the first place, because a dashboard is used to, well, change your database. So first things first, we're gonna go ahead and give ourselves a workspace here. I'm gonna make it in here. Should we make it right here? Something. Right. So here we go. Here's our main folder. We're gonna need to make ourselves an endpoint. Two. I'm gonna throw this into. Sure. Oh no, no. Let's see. I guess. Alright, yeah. So we're gonna have our folder right here. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I did not know that was a thing. How do I get rid of this? Alright, I'm back. I just made a new folder. Whatever. We're gonna do it under this thing. Right. So first things first, we're gonna make ourselves a little website just so that we can actually make ourselves the actual thing here. And then we're also gonna need an endpoint. So if you are inexperienced in Express.js, I suggest you to figure it out. It's not something you're gonna like be 100%. You're not gonna need to know 100% of it, but it's pretty important for this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna set up an Express server so you can make requests between your website and your web server, and then you can change your database. So yeah, first things first, we're gonna make ourselves a little website here that we can view, right? Backtype. Now we're gonna get our little thing here, test. H1 hello world. Right, and now go over here, right here, and there you go. Yeah, we got our thingy. It's cool. Today I'm gonna be using a Rethink database, just because it's easier for me, because I already have it installed and all that good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and install a brand new Rethink on my computer just so that you get the point. So yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, and there we go. I have installed Rethink DB as well as Chateau, which is just a Rethink DB interface, which is right here. This is obviously compatible with any database that you use, including SQL and all that good stuff. You just have to change the code on how you change little things, on how you change data. So I'm gonna add a new data base called I don't know, thing, right? Create, and then inside of thing we're gonna add a table called data, primary key ID. So this is gonna be our guild table. This is where we're gonna store all of the things for our guild. You don't really have to worry about this if you're using SQL. You can just create a new table, and yeah. So now that we have that, it's not really that important. So next things next is we're gonna want to start creating our little endpoint. So make an index.js. We're gonna need Express for our backend. here, our app equals express, and then we're gonna do app.get slash test request result res.send or res.json hello world, and then we're gonna do app.listen 3001 because our chateau is taking up 3000, so yeah. And we're gonna need to pull out a new command prompt here. cd, what was it, something, cd thingy, cd endpoint, node index.js. Now we can go to localhost 1/test, and we'll get hello world. Beautiful. I'm using an extension, so all the JSON is, yeah. So yeah, that's our first part. To get the concept of changing data, we're going to need to use our posting mechanics. Depending on the bot that you are making, etc., you're gonna need to change things on how you change things. So we're gonna add a document. We're gonna say the ID is 123 and field, or oops, let's say just like value. It's just gonna be a boolean. We're gonna make it true. Sure. What we need to do is say app.post, or actually we're gonna set up a get for this first. App.get thing or value request result, and we're gonna do this in a query. So we're gonna do, we need to also set up our database. So you can set up your SQL however you want. I'm gonna be doing rethink, and I'm gonna be using a module called rethink db dash. So yeah, I'm gonna do port 28015, right? I believe 5 host localhost db is data, right? Yeah, or no, it's thing. And yeah, there we go. So now in value, what we're gonna do is db.get request.query.id.run then result res.json value equals result.value. This is nothing to do with Discord really yet, so but that's okay. We need this. Restart. Now what we can do is get value ID equals 123. Oh yeah, I have to do, oh god, db equals db.table data, so that we're actually using our data table. Now we get value equals true if we change this to false. Update, refresh, it'll say false. Yep, there we go. Now comes in, or actually let's set up a post first. App.post dash value request result. I'm gonna do db.update request.query.id, or actually ID equals request.query.id, and then we're gonna say value equals request.query.value.run this.send just the simple stuff first. So we can make a post to that and it will actually change the value. I'm too lazy to set it up. Actually, I could. I have a little tool site for this. Local host, one equals 123, and value equals false. Actually, you know what? I don't think I have cores, would I? Yeah, I don't. Well, actually, I was gonna say it doesn't really matter, but this is actually gonna matter quite a bit. What we're gonna need to do is app.use, and then we're gonna need request result next up here, because what we need to do is we need to set up cores so that your site can actually send requests to this endpoint. So we're gonna do request.header, I think it was set header, right? Yeah. Set header access control origin asterisk, and then request dot. Oh, you know what? Hold on, 1 second. Okay, so I was right the first time. It's just dot header. So yeah, and then we're gonna need to do dot header access control. I can allow methods asterisk, and then we're gonna do next, so that we would go on to the next middleware. And now we can go ahead and restart that. So now we should be able to do this or not. Refresh. GTP /local host 3000 /value ID equals 123 and value equals false. Let's hit open. Oops, got post. Turn off content type. Okay, I'm messing everything up. That is okay. What we can do is we can just go ahead and use node fetch, because apparently this doesn't like me at all. What? Oh, wait, this is running on system 32. Okay. It's okay. It is a-okay. We're gonna fetch gp /localhost 3001 /value ID equals 123 and value equals false. Method post. So now it's a string, but you get the idea. You can change it to true. Refresh. Now it's changing its value. We can go ahead and refresh here. True. False. So yeah, we have this here. Next thing's next, the OAuth, which is like the big part about this. What we're gonna want to do here is we're gonna want to go to OAuth2. We're gonna want to add a redirect. So for this test, we're gonna do ourselves a little favor, or not a favor, and we're gonna put ourselves our local host. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it as callback.html. We haven't made this yet, but it's gonna be there. Not 3000. We're actually gonna have to host our files here. Give me a second. Okay, so what I've gone ahead and done is I've added this here. You won't need to do any of this if you actually have a website set up, because I'm just kind of doing this off of localhost. So here we actually are using a static website. So now we can go to slash site to get these things here. So now what we can actually go ahead and do is we can go over here and we can go ahead and type in HTTPS or HTTP //localhost 3001 /site /callback.html. Save changes, and there you go. So for callback, what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be storing this as a cookie. So we're going to make ourselves a new file called callback.html. As you can see, if we were to go ahead and select this here and go ahead and give ourselves identify and guild, which we are going to need to go ahead and use, I'm going to copy this and we're going to go over to here. If we were to go ahead and do this, I'm going to be using my account, but the token will refresh anyways. Actually, so for this test, what we're going to actually be doing is we aren't going to be giving ourselves a code. We're going to make this a lot easier on us. It's called an implicit grant. It can be found on the Discord docs if you really want to figure it out. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be changing response type from code to token. So yeah, we can go ahead and do that. Authorize. This will give us a lot of things here. So as you can see, we have our access token and whatnot. So what we're going to need to do is give ourselves our callback. So when we go ahead and redirect to our OAuth, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to set up a callback so that we can actually handle this data that we get back. So what we're going to do is go ahead and trying to think. So okay, yeah, it gives us a hashtag. So what we're gonna do, I'm just curious actually. Okay, perfect actually. I think. Don't worry about this. This is nothing. Perfect. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to set up ourselves a script thing. We don't really need to do a full-on HTML document because most modern browsers will be able to handle it fine. But what we're going to do is we're going to make it, you know, somewhat nice, I guess, and let it do its thing. So here we're going to need ourselves a script. And this is going to be our main little boy here. What we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and do cookies. I forget, what is the cookies? It's just cookies? I don't care. We're going to use local storage. So local storage is, if you go over here and you go to local storage, we have this thing here. What we can do is we can do window.localstorage.whatever is test, right? And then if we go over here, whatever equals test. So yeah, there we go. So we're actually going to make ourselves our URL params, close new URL search params, window.location.hash, which is our this right here, and this will allow us to get our things individually. What we can go ahead and do is window.location .local storage .token is going to equal URL params .get access token. This will allow us to store our token for later use. After this, we're gonna set our timeout for about 1 second so that we can let this happen. Here for 1 second, and we're gonna tell it to go to our new place, our settings.html, which we haven't made yet, but it will exist eventually. So, yeah, there you go. Hi. So now that we've done this, what we can actually go ahead and do is go ahead and grab our thingy here, copy this, and just go into it. I'm going to authorize. This will bring us to our callback and will bring us to settings.html. Doesn't matter, but as you can see, hold on. Side effects, token type, access token. It should be access token, eh? What I spelled wrong? I spelled something wrong? Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I figured it out. It was because, as I said before, we're going to be replacing code with token, so it didn't actually have access code. That's my bad. So we're going to authorize, and this will give us this. And now, when we go to application, our token will be filled out. With this token, what we can actually do, as you can see, if we go over to this, discordapp.com/API/user/admin, this will get the information about the user logged in. And we're going to say authorization equals bearer boop product type, and this will actually give us our information. So that's really cool. So now what we can do with this information is we're going to actually send it along to our endpoint so that we can validate our request to the guild. Because you don't want just some random person, you know, doing whatever, right? So actually, before that, what we're gonna go ahead and do is, why isn't settings.html? Oh wait, oh, you know what, I have to actually go ahead and change this to /site/settings.html over here and callback. /settings.html, there we go. Now we go over back to this. Authorize. This will give us our good stuff here. So with this, what we're gonna need to do is have our bot token have our bot user look at the guild that this person is in. What we can do then is we can use this ID that we get from here and validate our requests. So first things first, what we can actually do with this user is we can go into /guilds. This will actually give us hold on. Okay, that's right. You're gonna need to do /users/@me/guild. Sorry, I haven't done this in a very long time, but I'm convinced to do it. So as you can see, we have all of these things. And what we're gonna need to do is we're just gonna get this right from our settings page, and we're gonna check if they're the owner. You can do this with permissions. There is docs about it. It's just a bitwise function, really. It's not too difficult. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take advantage of it, just giving us if we're the owner or not, and that'll make it really easy for us. So first things first, we're gonna go to settings. We're gonna do our doc type HTML. I don't know what just happened there, but it just did. It did the do. What we're gonna do is get rid of this. I think I also need to get rid of it from index. Yeah. We're gonna make ourselves a div id equals main. That good stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make ourselves a script, and we're gonna make ourselves a request to Discord and get ourselves all the guilds that we're the owner in. So we're gonna make ourselves an XHR request, small HTTP request to or sorry, like so, and then we're gonna do xhr.open get. So we're gonna make a get request to discord.app.com/api/user/@me/guilds. It's very long, but it works. I'm gonna do xhr.set request header content type. So what we need to do with Discord is we need to tell it that we're going to be sending it JSON, and we expect JSON in response. So we're going to set our content type to application/JSON. After that, we're going to do xhr.send, or actually no, we don't need to send anything like that. xhr.set request header. I'm going to do content or authorization. So we need to give it our token. I'm gonna say bearer. Right, we need to use bearer because that's what we're actually sending back, and we're gonna do window.local storage.token, which is the token that we stored before. Then what we can do is xhr.on load this function, yada. So after this, we're actually going to have ourselves a response. So we're going to do var response equals json.parse xhr.response, because this is going to be stringified here as response. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and map everything, or sorry, not map. We're going to do a response. Yeah, first of all, we're gonna make sure that we actually have our first thing. So if this isn't in any guilds, or if the response is invalid, which you're gonna want to do, because if somebody just goes to /settings.html without anything at all, then it'll just mess up. So what we can do is, if there is no response 0, we can go ahead and alert invalid and return that they know. And then after that, what we can do is we can go to response.for each guild. If guild.owner. So if the user is the owner of the guild that we're talking about, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and document get element by ID main dot pen child document dot create text node guild dot name, and we're just gonna add a space. So now that we've done that, we can actually go to this now, and we'll actually get something in response here, I think. Or not. Should be working. Oh, you know what? I never sent it. xhr.send. There you go. Uh-oh, invalid. What do you mean invalid? I got my token right here, boy. Yeah, this will give us an array. Hold on. Oh, you know, I have to add a space between bearer and the token. So now, there we go. So now it will give us all of the things that I own. All the guilds that I own, which is really nice. So this can be used in like a select menu, for example. Like here, we'll make an, we'll actually make it, equals guilds. So what we're gonna do is our selector equals document create element option, and then excuse me, I can't see VS Code option, and then selector dot inner HTML is gonna equal our guild name, guild dot name, and then selector dot value is going to equal the guild ID, which we're going to be using in our request. So that's nice. And then we're going to do document get element by ID guilds append child selector. Now when we refresh, we'll actually get all of our things here. Easy peasy, right? So now, yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to style this page because I'm a little lazy. If you need a CSS course, just Google it. Some HTML courses will not hurt. It will get you very far. So now, what we're going to do with this is we're going to be making our callbacks fun. So with our thingy-majigger here, what we're going to need to do is when we post, we need to actually make sure that this request is coming from somebody who's actually the owner, right? So, which is great, right? So what we're going to need to do is we're going to make sure that if there is no request.query or request.body.token, then return res.json or OAuth. So this will make sure that they actually have a token. After that, we're going to need to make another request for our things. So I'm going to be using node fetch, const fetch equals require fetch. Here, oh, no, I added a v. Here we're going to do fetch. I'm going to say https://discord app.com/api/user/@me/guilds. Method equals get, and then we're going to need to make our headers content type equals application JSON, and then our authorization again with this token, right? So in order to make sure that our user is actually the owner of this guild, so we're going to say bearer space again plus request.query.token. Request.body.token, sorry. With that, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. So then we're going to do then xx.json, some node fetch things, then response. So this will give us our guild list that we got over here as well. Okay, next thing we're going to need to do is we're actually going to need to confirm that this user is the owner. So if you didn't already figure it out, we need to make sure that this person owns the guild, because some random person could, if that figured out this API, could just make a request and change all the server settings without anybody saying that they could. So what we need to do is we're going to map our response to map to our find, sorry, we're going to find our ID, right? Where x.id equals request.query.id. We're actually going to make this our body here, so that we can just change it like that. Request.body.id. Yeah. Because it's, I don't know, it's probably just better. So yeah, and now what we can do is, if there is no guild, or if there is no guild, or if they aren't the guild owner, then what we return res.json error OAuth, right? Okay. After this, now we know that this person is the actual owner of the guild. So what we can do is go ahead and just say this right here, right? Let me go ahead and run this. So to change the value, well, yeah, here we go. and res.json success equals true. Yay. There we go. Cool. So now, what we need to do is we're going to change our settings here. And we're going to say input ID equals new value, because this is going to be our new value. Placeholder is going to be new value. Yeah. And then we're going to add a button, and then onClick is going to equal set new value, which we're going to set up after. Set. So now, what we can do is, so right here, we're going to do function set new value, and now we can go ahead and set up our request. So our xhr equals new XML HTTP request, diagonal again, but what I mean, xhr.open get https //localhost/ value. Okay, we're gonna wait. Now we're gonna make a post to this. Colon 3001 / value, right? And then xhr dot. I don't think we actually need to do anything. We can just go ahead and send. Just not stringify. Token is going to equal our window location local storage token. ID is going to be this thing here. So what we can actually do is document.get element by ID skills value. So whatever is selected, that value will be it, and then our value is going to equal document.get element by ID new value value. And there we go. I think that should work now. So I'm going to restart our endpoint, and then we're going to also need to get ourselves one of these here. We're going to set up Ninja Squad, because yeah, why not? Document ID string pep. This is the insert. So now we have this. Now we can go and refresh here. We're going to go and select Ninja Squad, and we're going to set up our new value. I think this should have worked. Oh, connection refused. Get rid of it. What does that mean? What happened? Did I set it though? No, I didn't. Error connection refused. Error connection refused. Oh, wait. This is not HTTPS. This is HTTP. My bad. Reset. So now, oh. What do you mean? Oh, 3001. Or 30,001 is what I said. My bad. Reset. Internal server. What do you mean? Cannot read property token. Undefined. Uh-oh. Let's see this. Oh, that's right. We need to add a body parser. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab the code for that. So what we need to go ahead and use is something called a body parser, which in our case we're going to be setting up to use JSON, so that we can actually send a body like what we have here, where we stringify our JSON, so we can actually, you know, do our stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and set up our body parser, and what we're gonna do is we need to use down here app.use body parser.json, and then after that we need to use app.use body parser.url encoded, and I'm gonna say extended so that equals true. And there we go. So now, and of course you're gonna need to install body parser. That's just body hyphen parser, so we'll be fine there. Now when we do that, we can go ahead and do this now, and it doesn't seem like we get an error. So now if we check it out, so that didn't work. Come on. That's not good. We're gonna do some debug console log response. Hold on, one sec. Alright, so what we're going to need to go ahead and do is we actually need, with this new body parser, we're going to need to set our content type to application/JSON, because, or else it won't be able to pick up our body. We do this, application/JSON, we are going to go and restart just, even though I don't even think we need to. We're going to go and refresh this, and now we can say blah, set this, and now if we refresh our chateau, as you can see, we've set it to blah. Yay! It's actually working, and this is very important because let's say I went ahead and, you know, if I went to one of these here, let's go ahead and do that, right? XHR dot onload equals XHR dot response XHR send. Now let's say we went ahead and got something that we don't own. Owner equals false, ID equals this, right? What if we edited this? Somebody could do this much easier, but just for the sake of example, we're gonna set this to here, right? Like that. If you go ahead and set it, we're not gonna set it because we don't actually have permission to do so. And it's, you know, really just as easy as that. We'll even prove it by doing this. Anybody would be able to do anything if we didn't set up our permissions. You can see we don't have any kind of value. So yeah, that is a very, very basic implementation of Discord OAuth and our web panel. So I hope you enjoyed. I could go more in depth if you guys really wanted to. I tried to keep it as simple as possible. I want to write a guide, but there are plenty of them online. I just failed to find a very good video for web paneling. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day, and keep Discording on. Bye.